All right, hello guys. Welcome to part 3 of our weapons specialty class. This is, wow, I can't believe it's already been 3 weeks since we started doing weapons. Um, so I hope you guys have been having, like if you've been watching the videos and stuff like that, I hope that they have been helping you. Thank you for tuning in and joining us for this time. Today we're going to be focusing a little bit on, we're going to do a little bit of stick stuff as a warm-up, but then we're also going to be doing most of the class with knife kind of stuff. So if you have a knife nearby, or I mean not an actual one, but like, you can use a butter knife, you can use a pen if you're really desperate. The pen is mightier than the sword, they say, right? And, or if you have a trainer knife, perfect. The big thing I want to be very, 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 very specific here, though, is when you're talking about knife defense, it is kind of a little bit more on the graphic side. There are, because I mean, think about it. It's like when you're going like this, you're cutting someone, right? Hypothetically, or something like that. And there's knife defense. There's going to be elements where you are going to be, inflicting bodily harm on somebody in a not potentially lethal manner. So I just want to make it very clear before we do this. I am going, like, I'm not teaching anyone knife to enable them to learn how to use it so they can go and hurt somebody, okay? We're not furthering your mugging career today, all right? The reason why I love teaching knife is because it's going to really increase your hand dexterity, which is something fantastic for martial arts. And also, it's just an art form, I mean, people who can use knife, who don't go into knife fights and stuff like that, man, they just let it flow out and it looks amazing, okay? So today we're going to be doing some knife flow drills, the ones from the studio. And there might be some, I'm going to try and really not conjure it up, but you won't be able to, it's hard to not have a little bit of graphic imagery. And I'm going to really talk about this at the end of class today about why, just because you learn and you know how to use a knife doesn't mean that you should be walking around with one. And we'll talk about that at the end of today and go from there, okay? It's a responsibility. The knowledge of this stuff is a responsibility. It doesn't mean that you get to threaten people with knives because you now know how to, use an angle one or whatever with it. It's, I want you guys to do that, to learn this the same reason a ballet dancer will learn like a pirouette. You're not going to do a pirouette on the street to kick someone in the face. I don't know what a pirouette is. Is that the bowing thing? Whatever. Anyways, you're not going to learn a dance move so you can whip it out on the street and hurt people with it, right? It's an art, right? So this, no different right now. I treat it no different than a dance move, okay? Anyways, so good work, guys. What we're going to need actually starting off today are 2 sticks first. So if you have 2, that will be great. Okay, so let's grab 2 sticks and start off our class, right? So starting off, I want you guys, we're going to do our bow in, all right, with stick. So from here, with your right hand, mind, heart, and service. Nice to see you guys. Let's start this off. So we're going to start off with our 9 angles with wood tick and lock tick, okay? So from here, we're going to go into our stick position, all right? Now, from here, lock tick first, and 1, 2, make sure you have that ball exchange, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. From there, 1, 2, 3, Abanico. Good. Switch legs. Now we're going to kick, or we're going to do weapons with the left hand. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, Abanico. Switch legs. We're going to do wood ticks now. So get ready. And 1, switch it over. 2, switch it over. 3, switch it over. 4, bring it over. 5, good. 6, 7, 8,
9. And then once again, 1, 2, 3, abanico. Good, switch sides. You ready? 1. From there, switch it over. 2. Good, switch it over. 3. Switch. 4. 5. 6. Switch. 7. 8. And then 9. And then 1, 2, 3, abanico. Good job, guys. All right. So now what we're going to get into is we're going to do the exact same. This is going to be very complicated, okay? Just so you know. This is not a walk in the park. We're going to be doing, we're going to be going into cruzadas. Cruzada work is basically, if I do an angle 1, the other stick is going to go in the opposite angle. So my stick, my right hand is going to do an angle 1, where my left hand, from its perspective, is going to do an angle 4. And I'm going to explain why we do this with a partner, which is instructor Eric, afterwards, okay? So we're going to come in, angle 1 first with my right hand, angle 3 with my left. So 1. From there, flick the stick over. I'm going to do angle 2 with my right hand as I go angle 4 with my left, okay? 2. Bring it over, switch sides. Angle 3 with my right hand, angle 1 with my left, okay? 3, good. Now, flick the sticks, angle 4 with my right hand, angle 2 with my left. Boom, and then back. So, one more time, from the top, 1, flick, 2, 3, 4, okay? And as you do this, you can move side to side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, as we go, okay? Now, complicated, okay? And I'm not going to go over a whole 9 right now, but why do we do this? So if I borrow instructor Eric right now, the reason, now let's say instructor Eric has 1 stick, I have 2, okay? What's going to happen is, as instructor Eric hits me with an angle 1, I'm going to use that first to my angle 1 to make sure I'm blocking the stick, okay? My second hand is going to come in, and actually that's where I'm going to try and hit his hand with my stick, okay? So as he comes in, 1, and now he does angle 2. I'm going to come in with an angle 2 as well to redirect his stick. The other one is going to try and hit him in the hand. 2, good. From there, 3, trying to do the exact same thing, redirection and then disarming. And then 4, boom, okay? So one more time from the top, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Again, 1, hit the hand, 2, aim for the hand, 3, aim the hand, and 4, and go from there, okay? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So one more time in the air, because, you know, watching is one thing. Let's do it together. So when the stick goes diagonally down on one hand, the other stick goes diagonally up on the other, okay? You ready? 1, give yourself a hug. Flick the stick around. 2, good, bring it over. We're gonna go other way now. 3, notice high and low. And then 4, good. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Ideally, do it with a side-to-side motion now, okay? Because you're stepping out of the way as you're cutting them. So from here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? If you have a partner, if you're able to work with a partner, try it out. One stick hits the hand while the other one hits the stick. Okay? We're trying to just slice it a little bit. Okay? Good work, guys. So we're now going to go straight first before we do this. Before we go into anything else, we're going to go. Actually, I want to delve into the knife. Okay? So starting off, let's put the sticks away. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully your shoulders are a little bit warmed up, your wrists are ready to get going. So we're going to use a knife. Now, there's 2 ways to hold a knife. Well, there's multiple ways, but of course, just as long as it's not like this, you're good, okay? But anyways, so the first way is this. So we're here holding the knife like so, okay? It's called forearm method or front method, okay? So this is where you're going to see lots of people stabbing. You might see lots of slices and stuff like that, okay? Now there's another way, it's called a reverse grip. So from here, I'm going to let go of the knife. I'm going to hold it between my thumb and index finger. I'm going to flick that side, I'm going to kind of flip it over. As I do, I grab hold of the hilt again, and now I have my reverse grip. This is a lot of slashing and lots of picking from other angles, okay? So we're going to do our 9 angles from knife before we get busy into this. So from here, we're going to go in our forehand method or a forward method, okay? So when I do a knife, when I'm using knife, I don't want to just like, you know, see how I'm kind of arcing my knife, and if I'm slashing somebody, you don't want to just hit with the tip, right? Because people are wearing clothes. You know, flesh is kind of hard to cut sometimes. So when we're doing this, oh, sorry, there we go. When we are doing this, I want you guys to really try and think of punching first, punch first, and then turn, okay? And then slice. So when we do this, we'll do it together. Punch for 1 and down. Good, that's 1. 2, punch and slice for 3. 4, or sorry, that was 2, I mean. For 3, punch and slice. For 4, punch and slice. For 5, I'm going to come in at a 45. Oh. Now, leaving the knife there, turn so the blade is making contact, cut across. With a ball exchange, I'm turning as I do it, okay? From here, I'm going to come in with number 7. 1, make contact, turn the blade, cut across. Okay, awesome. Angle 8 now, if you can see how, you know, you can see my gi top, it's making like a V. That's the angle that you're going to be cutting on this. So for angle 8, you're cutting downward a little bit, leave it there as you turn up, and then upward. Okay, so we do it from the top. Angle 1, down, or sorry, punch first, then down. Angle 2, punch, slice up. Angle 3, punch, slice up. Angle 4, punch, slice down. 5, come in at 45, make contact. Leave that blade there, turn, twist it, and from here, 6, across. 7, make contact, leave the blade there, twist, across. 8, draw a V-neck, and 9, and go from there, okay? Awesome. Now, the angles when it comes to a reverse grip, so if we flip it over to the other side, a little bit different, okay? Because, you know, you're not going to go like this for your angle 4 and stuff like that. You're not going to see that. So it's a little bit more basic. You could go all 9 angles, but for easier aside, we're just going to do the practical angles right now. So in our position, we're going to start by going diagonally down. 1, diagonally up, 2, diagonally up, 3. Then from here, we're going to go pick, hand over as you pull the knife back, pick. Okay? So again, down, up, pick, pull, pick. One more time, down, up, pick, pull, pick. Okay? Again, down, up, pick, pull, pick. One more, down, up, pick, pull, pick. Now, eventually, you should be comfortable enough to doing this a little bit faster. So it's boom, 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 boom. All right, a little bit side view. It's down, up, pick, pick, pick. Okay, so it's pop, pop, pop at the last part. Boom, boom, boom. All right, a little bit on the faster side. One last time. Okay, we'll go fast. All right, you ready? And down, up, pick, pick, pick. Good job, guys. Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to go into is, sorry, my camera hates me. There we go. What we're going to get into right now, guys, is we are going to get into our something called a knife flow drill. Okay, this is a partner-based work. I'm going to show you both roles as we do this. If you're doing it by yourself, you have to put on your imagination caps right now. Okay. So what's going to happen first? When you hold the knife, in this case, you're going to go right leg forward. And you're going to have the knife behind your leg, like so. You're going to be in this position. As you can see, it's hard to see that knife. Okay, if someone's attacking you right now and you have a knife, it's hard for them to see that you have it. Okay, awesome. So you're in this position. What's going to happen is they have a knife too, and they're going to lunge forward with an angle 4. So they're trying to cut the distance. They're lunging at you and trying to cut you across. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to step back. As you step back, so you do a stepping back, you're going to hollow your body out. So you're going to stick your butt out and kind of go and try and like draw, you know, like a letter C with your body. Okay, so I move back, like so. I'm trying to make sure my chest isn't cut. Okay, so if I'm the attacker, I move in, boom, and the other person moves back. Okay, now as the attacker, I'm still going to move in. So I just did an angle 1. I'm probably going to try and cut, or in this, for the drill, I'm going to move forward into an angle 4. So it's angle 1, angle 4, like that, okay? So I move in, all right? Now, the person who blocked, the person who stepped out of the way, the defender, first they won, and now they're going to hold their ground. They're not going to move back this time. As they do, boom, they're going to bring their forearm out, okay? Now, they're blocking that knife coming in. You're going to see in a minute pretty soon. Now, when you're blocking with your arm for knife, it's really important to make sure you're using the back of your arm, okay? If I block like this part's going to get cut. If this part gets cut, that's arteries, not good for you. So this part, I can stand to lose some arm hair here, okay? So when it comes in, boom, I'm blocking with the back of my arm, okay? As it happens, I block, I'm going to push their hand downward. As I push their arm downward and out of the way, boom, that's when I come in with a stab, okay? So let's do this with an actual partner here. So I would call Instructor Eric over. Thank you, sir. So from here, what's going to happen is, let's move a little bit this way, sir. So Instructor Eric is going to attack me, okay? As is, he's going to lunge forward. So I'm making sure my knife is hidden here, okay? He's going to lunge forward. As he does, I hollow out. 1. Now, when he does the second part, I'm going to meet his arm with my arm. So he comes in with angle 4, boom. I meet it like so. As I do this, I'm going to push his arm down. As I push his arm out of the way, boom, that's when I step, okay? Now, Instructor Eric is a smart cookie here. He's blocking my arm. He's grabbing my wrist tightly. If he manages to pin my wrist to my hip, it's hard for me to actually get it out. So I have to be really careful here, okay? Especially since he might start stabbing me in this position. Not cool. So from the very top again, Instructor Eric comes in. As he does, I dodge 1. He then moves in again. 2, I block from here with my back, my forearm. I'm then going to push the arm down. As I do, boom, stab. He's going to then block, like so, okay? But there's a lot of things they can do here. I'm going to show you the basic knife form first. So from this position, okay, let's go a little bit closer here. I want to pretend that someone's grabbing your wrist right now. What I'm going to do is, after I blocked out, and the moment he grabbed me, this hand, my free hand, is going to slap the inside of his wrist while I bring my knife hand to my body. So it's kind of like, thank you, sir. It's kind of like when I'm doing this, it's like I'm doing an angle 6, if you remember that angle 6, okay? So boom, he's here. I'm going to slap, pop. As I do, I break free. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to do an angle 7, but I'm going to pull him across as it happens. As I pull him, watch what his body does. It moves forward. So as that happens, I step and glide. But when it happens, I cut. Okay? Kind of gruesome, guys. All right? So from this position, from the top, we'll go slow motion. It's 1, whoop, hold, 2, look. From here, push the knife down. As I do, stab. Immediately from here, 1, 2. Okay, guys. So if I'm doing this by myself right now, all right, person's attacking. 1, 2. Push it aside. Boom, stab. Immediately, this hand's going to come off as I cross my arms. 1, and then I'm going to pull. Picture you're pulling as you're stepping across. 2. Okay. Notice my arm is pulling as this one's pushing forward. Okay, so from the top one more time. 1, I forgot the hollow out there. You ready? 1, 2, and I'm going to push into that. Okay, as I do that, redirect, stab, they grab from here. 1, 2 across. Okay? Awesome. Now we're not done yet. Okay? We're not done yet. So let's say we did that whole thing. So Server Eric's coming in. 1, 2, I block, I come in, boom. Now from here, Cruzada, go across. So now let's turn around and go here. So now, Server Eric still has a knife, okay? Just because he's cut once doesn't mean he's incapacitated. He still has some fight left in him. So he might come out and try and do a wild stab. As he does, I'm gonna block. Now notice, my hand is doing a jamming forearm on this hand. Then I'm also pushing forward with my knife. And as you can see, the blade of the knife is making contact with this forearm. Do you think he's still going to be pushing if he comes in, if he feels that? Maybe not. But anyways, it's here. The moment I want to get rid of this, I'm worried about that knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my arm over top and hook it over. So now you can see, if he tries to stab me with his knife, he can't. He can't do anything right now. But my knife is still free. So from here, that's when I can come up and I can finish. Not a good way to do it. All right, I don't suggest that. But from here, I might be able to also, from this position, I might be able to take him to the ground and then hold him in a position where I can actually I'm safe, and I can wait till the police arrive and stuff like that and go from there. Although they'll be probably scratching your heads as to why you have a knife as well, but go figure, right? So now the whole thing from the top. Instructor Eric comes in. 1, hollow out. 2, stay your ground and block. Push the knife aside, stab. Okay? From here, Cruzada 6, Cruzada 7. Boom, across. From here, Instructor Eric trying to swipe at me. I block, hook his arm over, and as I do, I can either finish or I can kick out his leg and take him on the ground. And from here, I'm in a pretty good position right now. I got a knife hand. He has a knee on his face and on his ribs. I have control right now. That's the most important thing. If there's another person who is attacking with knife, I have to get rid of Instructor Eric maybe. All right? I don't know. Lawyers, comment below, okay? But anyway, awesome. So that is it. So let's do it all in the air right now before we move on, okay? So from our knife position, they're going to slice us, all right? So let's do this together, all right? They're going to slice us. 1, hollow up. 2, block. As you do it, feed the knife through, step, okay? They grab your hand from here. Cruzada 6, Cruzada 7. They're going to swipe at you. At the moment you do, block both with your forearm and with your knife. And from here, hook over. Try and make sure it's just their fist going through their arm, okay? Or sorry, it's just their fist going right past your armpit. As you do, you can either stab or from here, step, kick their leg out, and then take them to the ground. Still maintaining that arm on the shoulder, okay? One more time before we call it today. So from here, hide your knife first. Ready? And 1, hollow up. 2, feed. From here, or sorry, block, step. From here, Cruzada 6, Cruzada 7. They come in, block, hook over. You can either come in and finish, or from here, kick out and hold. Okay? This makes a lot more sense if you have a partner. I'm going to show one more time with Instructor Eric, okay? And go from there. So Instructor Eric comes in, 1, 2, 3, in. From here, he comes in, 1. You can either finish or take him out and go from there, okay? Thank you, sir. Awesome. Thank you so much. Fantastic, guys. We had a lot more planned, but we actually are running out of time right now. So if you have any questions about Knife Flow 1, please let us know, okay? There's a lot there. It's really fun if you have a partner and go from there. If you don't, you can still practice it. You just need a really good imagination and work on becoming more Reese the Mind when you go for it, okay? Anyways, let's do a quick mukta or a quick bow out from here. Mind, heart, service. Thank you guys so much. So what I want to finish off with today is, that looked really nice, okay? Like that whole knife flow thing, it really worked out. It was, really, it's a choreographed move. And I have to be very honest with you. Like the skills that you're going to learn in that are practical, but it's not realistic.
in realist, you know, I mean, I've never been in a knife fight because I'm smart. I'm not an idiot. I don't engage people when they have, you know, weapons and stuff like that. But a knife fight isn't just and go from there. Someone wants to hurt you. Someone wants to hurt. It's not nice. It's literally stab, 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 stab. Sometimes people might get hurt, like they might get punctured by a knife, like, you know, 20 times, and they still live. Okay, you have to be careful. It's not like in the movies where you get a knife and you look and you go and die from there. There's a lot to be, you know, there's people can live for a long time. But I want to be very clear here. A knife fight isn't necessary. It is based on survival, but it's not on who wins and who loses. It's can you get out in time to go to the hospital before you die? You don't get, it's not safe. If someone pulls a knife out on you guys in real life, I don't want you to think that now that you know knife one, you know how to defend yourself. Run away, okay? Doesn't matter how good you are going to be with a knife, you're going to get cut, you're going to get stabbed, okay? And with that said, just because now you know how to do some angles with knives and stuff like that, I have to be very clear. If you bring a knife on you and you have in your pocket thinking that you can whip it out if you need to defend yourself and stuff, and if the other person has a knife and they haven't lifted it up, you are actually consenting to turn a fight into a knife fight. I don't want you guys holding a knife. I don't want you guys to think that you can keep a knife around you. You can, if you go to school, do not bring a knife to school, okay? The only reason why people have a knife, for two reasons. They either think that they can defend themselves and stuff, and so they keep it around, or they use it to open boxes and packages, okay? The second way, I can accept that. But some of you might be a little bit too young to think of having a knife, okay? So in the end, you have to understand that a knife fight is not something, like, it's not safe. It is not something that you can come out unscathed at, all right? It's intense. It's very, very, very ugly. The motions are going to be fast and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of flailing probably. And people, more than one occasion, from what I've heard, which I've never been in knife fights, so take this with a grain of salt, but from what I heard, when people are in knife fights, both people sometimes have died. Okay, so when we're doing stuff like this, guys, I have to be very clear. It is an art form. It is like someone learning dance or parkour or something like that. Is it something that we're really going to see it for, like, that you're going to whip it out on the street? No, we're doing this to enhance our martial arts skills. Okay, so I want to be very clear with that. All right. Anyways, guys, and also know that there's a certain amount of responsibility in understanding that knowing how to use a knife, you choose not to carry one or not to use it when you get mad at people. That's a certain level of maturity that I require my students to have for this, and that everyone here at the Dow needs that too, okay? So, guys, I want to thank you so much for paying attention and for coming in. I hope that was fun. Next week for a specialty class, we are going to be going into how to develop our pattern work and stuff like that, kind of in line with a tournament. But if you're not doing the tournament, it's still something that you might want to look into, because patterns are great. Just like knife, it's an art form. And when you're good at patterns, or when you feel like you're good at patterns, they're amazing, okay? So I believe Instructor Lucas is going to run that one. It's going to be great. I think the one after that is going to be working on how to develop your kicking and go from there. So the next 2 weeks, patterns and kicks. It's exciting. Guys, if you want to do, I hope you'll tune in on that. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in again. Train, if you have any questions, let me know. Be safe out there. Namaste. Wash your hands. Take care. Bye now.